Hey YouTube squad, what up? That's not my actual intro. There are like 20 something expansions in Hearthstone and you can rate them and make a tier list, which then means free content. So I thought we do exactly that. There was no tier list that I could find online, so I made my own, and I can tell you it's probably linked in the description or for you guys in chat if I don't forget about that, which I will. They are also not in order, so I think we just drag them randomly in there. The B and the D, in case you're asking, is the basic set and the Demon Hunter Initiate set, because they technically count. So the basic set is first. Now I gotta say, for the basic set, it's a D tier. You might learn how to understand the game, but the basic set is really bad, which, fun fact, is my most watched video of all time. 160,000 views. The basic set is so bad, and I still stay true to that. The basic set is complete garbage. Most cards in there are just so power creeped over and over that there are like 20 cards that are better than the original card. Cards like Holy Smite, for example, 1 mana deal 3 damage, that's not too bad. For the classic set, I gotta say, it's either an A or an B. I would say it's a B because most of the cards in the classic set either got nerfed, changed, or rotated out to the Hall of Fame, which is stupid. Like, for example, if we know that giants are a problem, like Molten Giant and Mountain Giant, and then you put them into the Hall of Fame so that you can still play them in Wild, then maybe you shouldn't print giants, but they print more and more giants. We have Flesh Giant now. Cards like Doomsayer are evergreen, which is pretty cool, so invest in them once, and you can use them forever in both formats. But I hate the fact that they make the Hall of Fame and just throw cards in the Hall of Fame, which just means you can still play them in Wild. They are problem cards, but I don't care. But for, you know, starting out in the game and getting some classic packs, even if you're a new player and you buy that one bundle, which gives you like 15 packs or so, it's not too bad, but it could be a lot better. Like, most of the cards in there are bad. Let's talk about bad things. Rastagan's Rumble. We don't do those in order. Rastagan's Rumble sucks. Just want to say that. Now we can do them in order. So the first expansion was Naxxramas. And Naxxramas, the power level, still really good. Gotta be an A tier. Might be an S tier, but 4 out of 5 legendaries are really bad. KT is kinda, you can use it. But like Maxna sucks. Fugen and Stalag are meh. But you get Lothap. You get really broken things in there. Even get like Voidcaller, which is still broken. Gotta be an A for me. Also, every single person asks when Nax is out. It's not an S-star. Then we had GVG, and Goblins vs. Gnomes is a B. I think the flavor is perfect. You get Max Synergy, and you get some other cards like Mal'Ganis, found great places in a lot of different decks, but at the same time, why are they Max? Who thought that Mech Warper is a fine card? Mech Warper broke the entire game when Snip Snap was released. And because of that, they felt like, well, I hate Echo, let's nerf Echo instead of Snip Snap. Not too sure about the Max. I think Max were fine, even Mac Mage was fine, but then for some reason, they made a set called, you know, like Boomsday, and then it was broken. But you have cards like Tree of Life in there and Anima Golem, and those have great flavor and see no play. It's a B from me. Then is Blackrock Mountain. Blackrock was the very first expansion that I witnessed when I started playing the game, and I gotta put it into A. I am biased towards Adventure style. My reason is, you spend 20 bucks and you know what you got. You know exactly that you get 5 legendaries, no epics I think in that expansion, you get that many commons and rares. Blackrock was a great adventure, and you can play Emperor Taurison, and dragons. And you have like NPC battles, at least for your money you get more than just cards. Then we had the Grand Tournament, I think, right? 2015 in August, Grand Tournament. When Justica Truart said for the first time, welcome to the Grand Tournament Champion, and I watched that live. I was like, wow, Grand Tournament? Justica Truart? That has to be a good expansion. Wow, that thing sucked. Inspire and Joust as mechanics, as keywords? Garbage. Absolutely garbage. You can play Justica, or you used to play Justica in Warrior. So you play Control Warrior and upgrade your hero power, which then only came down to who gets Justica randomly first. Most, if not all, the cards in the entire set are garbage. You used to play Argent Horse Rider to play aggressive because it has charge. What else? Not much else. Grand Tournament sucked. I liked it though because I really like Edis and Fiola. Who am I? None of your business. Yes. Secret Paladin. That was fun, right? League of Explorers. We got Reno. We got Bran, we got Finlay, and we got our first S-tier expansion / adventure. Out of every expansion they ever made, League of Explorers was the best one ever. The Reno decks aren't that interesting, but for the person playing, it's fun to do. I think League is an easy ass. Everybody likes Bran and Finlay in aggressive decks. Everybody likes Reno. Who doesn't like Reno? You have 1 health, you top deck Reno, you win. Which then leads us to the second ass, and that is the next expansion, Whispers of the Odd Gods. Back-to-back asses. Favorite card back of all time. When you saw that live on Twitch, which I did, and I then saw the pre-order card back, which moves around, the eye moves around, and then you see like 4 Odd Gods, and the entire flavor of the whole expansion. This was beautiful to witness live. You saw like Madame Lauzul in the trailer and other stuff. And you were like, I can't wait to actually play that. 150,000 live viewers. 150,000 people watched the trailer back then. Now it's like 20 to 30k. Back when Hearthstone was at its peak, Reynard with his shiny fort that I adapted since then, Amas playing Priest in Arena, people like Amnesiac topping in tournaments. Those were good times for Hearthstone. Then let's move on to the expansions after that. After that we had Karazhan. Personally, and that is my opinion, I would put Karazhan into A. I know people did not like Karazhan at all. There was way too much random. Paveling book was introduced, which won the World Championships for Pavel, because, you know, polymorph randomly. Then we had a lot of portals that are all random. We had insane power creep in form of like Medivh Soleil and stuff. I think this was a great expansion. And that is for one specific reason. Hearthstone chess. In the very first week, which you used to get for free, you had chess. And in the very first week, everybody was looking forward to the rest of the adventure. Every single week, one ring was released for the adventure, and chess was the first one. This was such a great introduction to in a Hearthstone. This was beautiful. And then it went downhill. But for the first week, great. For the second week, we kind of all got let down. The third week sucked, fourth week kind of sucked against Nether Spite and other bosses. But the first week, boy, I like that. And then there's Swashbuckler, then there's Babbling Book, then there is Marcus's Imp, Silverware Golem. Yeah, probably more like a B. My favorite deck of all time is Random Mage during this era, because Firelands Portal made it so you can play random stuff and actually win. Because fun. I think for me it's an A. I just like adventures the most. Mean Streets of gadgetzan came around. Before I put this into any tier, take a look at what was in there. You had tri-class cards, which now got updated to show up in your collection manager in the class itself instead of neutral. You had a bunch of really bad legendaries. You had Patches and Kazakis though. And Jades, Jade Idol. I summoned an even larger green man over and over. Patches used to have charge. Don't forget that. You play Patches turn 1, it charges face. You used to have Jade Claws for Shaman. Your Tunnel Truck became even better now. This thing made it broken. And I mean like broken to the level that Hearthstone was almost unplayable. Like the stuff was so broken, and I did not enjoy my time in there. For the cards that you get in that expansion, yes, S tier, probably, A or S. But for the enjoyment you personally got out of the game, for me it was a C. I did not enjoy that era at all. I did not enjoy that. I enjoyed Reno Darks with Kazakis, but the insane aggressive power creep, I didn't like that. Before Skulking Guys was introduced, when you faced a Jade Druid, it was just an infinite game, so you always lost. But then 2017 came around. And 2017 had Angoro. And I think Angoro was the next S for me. You now had quests in the deck. You had legendary spells that always start in your hand, which means your turn 1 is never empty. You had stuff like Firefly. You had Tar Creeper. Elementals in general. Beautiful expansion. Angoro, Whispers of the Odd Gods, League. Those were my top 3, by far. To be fair, Kevin's Below and Rogue was really broken. And then it got nerfed, and it was still broken. And then it got nerfed again. And then again. But if you look back to that, I'd rather have Quest Rogue trying to make 4/4s or 5/5s on the field than Quest Mage. Because Quest Mage back then was kind of fun, but right now it's broken. Quest Mage, Toast, Priest Mage, that was fun. Some of the best Hearthstone videos I've ever seen, when, you know, I watched stuff for fun, was this guy's Toast back then, 2-3 years ago. This was the Toast era, when he, you know, used to stream on Twitch and play Hearthstone. Back in the day, when I was younger. And then, it was the middle of 2017. I remember, I was in Japan at that point, and we had a new expansion. Knights of the Frozen Throne, which broke the entire game. It has a really good trailer, The Lich King. Sick card. But Death Knights got introduced, and Death Knights changed the entire thing. Even though we had 2 legendaries per class in Angoro, which was kinda pay to win, this one made it really pay to win, because they made Death Knights broken. They had Kalaseth in there. Blood River Gul'dan is still in there. It was the first expansion in which I ever bought like 300 plus packs from to get all the cards because they were broken, but it's also not that much fun to play. And I get asked myself, is it an A because it's broken, or is it like a C because the enjoyment kind of went down really fast? When I got Frosted Jaina for the first time, I had fun. The first week, great. I liked that. I think it was pretty fun to play. I think I make it a B. But then, later 2017, Kobolds and Catacombs. We had legendary weapons. We had In the Dungeon I Go Deeper, Corridor Creeper, 0 mana 5/5 before it got nerfed. We had Cube Warlock. We also had Void Lord. We also had Don't Touch This Candle. In this expansion, Cube Warlock was the most broken thing ever. And me as a Warlock player, I hated that so much. I did not enjoy the fact that my beautiful class is now the one that everybody hates. You played this card on turn 5, and then you used the 1-mana spell that restored 8 instead of 4 health. You also got Kobold Librarian, which is still a staple card in pretty much every Warlock deck ever. Power level went up there, design kinda down. You also got the file. See, it gets even worse. This one is a D for design, B for broken. While it used to be like design is up here and broken is down here, it then changed at some point and put the design thing really down and just made broken stuff. And then felt like, well, the broken cards, we should put them up because we then sell more packs. And that happened around like Knights of the Frozen Dawn. And Kobolds and Catacombs again, Spellstones, legendary weapons, not too enjoyable. Way too broken. I don't like that. I rather have flavorful cards that don't see that much play, but I can enjoy playing, instead of having to play the broken cards or I lose for sure. And then they fired Ben Broad, yes. I mean, he went on to work on a different team. I'm not sure where he works on right now, but Ben Broad recently joined Cameo. It's $19, but I thought we might do this and say something like, hey, thank you for your sub. Witchwood had Gen and Baku, which then 1 year later get put into the Hall of Fame because they were way too broken. They also introduced Echo. I put that thing into D tier. I hated that so much. I did not enjoy Witchwood. I like Glinda Crowskin, but most of the cards like Splitting Fester Root or something stupid, they see no play. Baku ruined the whole thing, and they're still in Wild. My jaws that bite? Yeah, don't forget Shudderwalk, which broke the game. But that's back in the past. So in Boomsday, what I thought was really cool, you got something like an adventure style. And you got like the Puzzle Lab, and the Puzzle Lab was really fun to play. But you also got like Broken Max, and you got Galvanizer and Mechathon and stuff. But you got Zilliax. But you also had Max. But you did get Zilliax. You got Dynamatic though for Warrior. You also got Dr. Boom Mad Genius. More Max that are broken. Or we got the Bomb Mechanic for the first time. But we also... Oh yeah, I remember Starliner, right. When I started streaming, everybody played Starliner, Druid, and Wild. So back then, Aviana used to be 9 mana. So when you played Juicy Psychmelon, you always got Starliner and Aviana. And Kuhn. Get your Whispering? True. But Whispering is now Wild. Back then, Whispering was a cool introduction. We also got Snip Snap, which then broke the entire game, and Mechathon. This is really hard to rate. Like, I would say it's a great expansion. Whispering, Zilliax, memes, but it's also really broken. So I think I go with my rating of put it into B, so it's like, it has something for everybody, but mainly Max. Pocket Galaxy, right? Which then used to get buffed to 5 mana. I forgot Rastakhan. Right. Because it sucked so hard. And it's down there. Nobody likes Overkill. The golden animation for Shavala doesn't do anything. Have you seen the trailer? We should watch the trailer.
And thanks so much for introducing me to Rastakhan's Rumble. I had so much fun and learned so much today, Peter. There are no rules!
I was like, am I really playing this game? This was so bad. Oh, this hurt. This was so bad. I would usually say, if you watch a YouTube video, don't look at the like-dislike ratio. But please look at the like-dislike ratio. Just don't think you can get yourself a new ban without us fans noticing. I did not enjoy that at all. Next is Rise of Shadows for April 2019. In Rise of Shadows, we got lackeys. I gotta say, damn, I hate lackeys. I think lackeys are so bad for the game. I can't understand how we have lackeys. You randomly generate a random lackey. So that's the first random. Then out of those 7 lackeys by now, you get a random thing. You could deal 2 damage or give something a rush, that's fine. But you could discover a dragon. What could your dragon be? Oh, it could be Dragon Queen Alexstrasza. Wait, what does Dragon Queen Alexstrasza do? Oh, it discovers something randomly. Or gives you something random, and it's like, where did it came from? I would like to know what my opponent might play, but because of Rise of Shadows, I have no idea. They might play everything. I think it's a C. The cards in there saw play. There's like Magic Carpet and stuff, I think. And I like the whole evil theme thing, where we have like 5 evil classes and like 4 normal classes, and based on that we get like card archetypes like Galacon, for example, for only X amount of classes. But I did not enjoy the whole lackey thing. Savers of Old Doom. We got Sir Finley of the Sands, we got Reno number 2, we got Bran for Hunter, we also got Zephyrus, right? I can't make it an S, it's not as good as the other expansions. But I might make it the first A from expansions, because I did enjoy A, the trailer, and I did enjoy the cards that are in there. I like the Highlander stuff, but they made Reborn minions a thing, and Reborn is quite annoying. A card to defend us, pretty good. So it's hard to say, I think I'll make it an A. I did enjoy the expansion a lot. I think I'll make it an A. The Scent of Dragons happened. We get Dragon Queen Alexstrasza. Pretty much everything in there was broken. We had Nosdormu, we had Ember Watcher, Lightforged. I do have to say, Lightforged stuff, pretty cool. Max stuff, kinda meh. I did like the fact that we got dragons. I didn't like the power creep. I think it's just a B for me. Just a B. You can play pure, you can play Lightforged stuff. Rank it higher than Knights of the Frozen Throne, because you have dragons and stuff. Probably in the middle of that. 2020 came around and we had Galakrond's Awakening. Most cards in there don't see play, but you did get the amazing Reno. You got a hero that you need to have if you play Mage. You also got Licensed Adventurer if you play Quest and didn't want to have a coin. And you also got some other niche cards. Like maybe you want to play Sky General Crack. Maybe you want to just have a card. Well, you got to spend money on the game. You cannot craft those cards. You need to buy the adventure. Why? Why? Just let me craft them. Just let me craft them. There was also Risky Skip Up, which is pretty annoying for standard. I did like Reno though. And the adventures, yeah, the adventures sucked. I played Mechathon against everyone, and then the priest deck. It wasn't even fun. The bosses didn't even feel like bosses. Our farm is pretty cute though.
Bran faced the ravages of wrath with classic Northern flair, and then so Finley braved the scorching dudes with sanity to spare. At least defeated
It was made for kids? That is what I felt. Is this like a Disney show? I would probably make it really down here. And then the thing came around. We had Ashes of Outlands, right? Let's open the tweet by Froden. The developers remain as passionate as ever. They haven't given up on the game, not even close. If they can execute, this will cement Hearthstone for the next decade. For new, returning, and veteran players. Ashes of Outland, by the way, we got Demon Hunter. Everybody liked Ashes of Outland. They did nerf 13 cards in Demon Hunter, 29% of all the cards in there. They gave us stupid stuff like Evocation, which is true. They introduced a new class after 7 years. But Demon Hunter is just brain dead go face. It's just every single spell that exists in Demon Hunter is a normal spell, but broken. Even the new expansion, Scholomance, will have only broken stuff. I do like my boy Allah though, but Keltis made the game broken again, so he got nerfed to 7 instead of 6 mana. I think the easiest thing to do is, let you guys vote. B or C? You did get your free-to-play deck though, right? I think they introduced a bug then, with the new ranked system. I'm not sure if we also ranked the entire year though, because like the new ranked system is for this year and not the expansion. Yeah, if 2/3 of you say C, then it's a C. The B is basic set, the D is the Demon Hunter Initiate set. And the Demon Hunter Initiate set, I would give it an A because the entire class is free and the cards are kinda broken. At least for new players who only joined the game back then, a couple months ago, they get Demon Hunter for free. I think it's a cool thing that they get it for free, but I also hate the fact that Demon Hunter is straight up broken and would make it like a C as well as Ashes of Outland. Lastly, Scholomance Academy. It's still 7 hours and 40 minutes until the expansion gets released, but we've seen all the cards. And while I think it's too early to rate this, what I really enjoy so far for Scholomance is that they brought back flavorful cards. Not just broken cards, but flavor. Good design, great animations, but it's way too early. Because maybe in like a week from now, there are like 5 insanely broken decks that just win by turn 4. By turn 4, turn 5. And then it's like a D and everybody hates it. It looks, before playing it, it looks pretty fun. It looks enjoyable. I like Scolomancy. If it is actually a lighthearted expansion and it's fun to play, it's an S. But if cards like the Demon Hunter one that is Sprint, or like Secret Passage for Rogue become insanely broken, which I think they will, I'm not too sure. I feel like making it an A is a good compromise. Just be a fun expansion, please. The expansions in which you had not the broken stuff, or at least not too many broken things, but fun things and flavor, Angora, Outgods, League, S tier. The things where you looked forward to it and you had a lot of enjoyment, but also pretty broken cards, maybe mainly adventures. B, between broken and bad design and good designs, that's like a 50-50. For C, way too broken. D, that should be changed. All the cards in there should be changed a little bit. So YouTube, that was us dabbling in the action on twitch.tv/Solem, where you can also join. Well, thanks so much for watching. Everybody likes you. See, everybody says hello. Wow, you should like the video and subscribe because it's free. And then my ego, you know, doesn't get hurt. Almost 50k subs. Oh, we are at 50k. I don't know when I released this. So, wanna do me a favor? Maybe. Please subscribe. Take care.